definitely throughout the years. I go up and down with it, the
Mm-hmm.
weight, and I always like to blame genetics.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh, mommy big or
Yeah.
daddy big, but really, nah.
Yeah.
Stop eating, fat boy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, it's a diet thing first too, man. But
Stop eating,
it's
bro.
hard though. It's hard when that's all you know, and like,
Well, it's addictions, Greg.
yeah,
It's addictions. It's addictions to sugar.
yeah, that too. Yeah, you know, one of the biggest thing I think that really impacted like my whole like diet and like how I eat and move forward is like when I was like 13, like I was diagnosed with like this stomach condition where like it affected like things I could eat. So at 13, like I had to switch up my whole diet. Like I couldn't drink regular milk, couldn't eat fried stuff. So most of my stuff had to be baked, um, and like
Dang.
yeah. So
Was it like a lactose thing or
nah, man,
it was just
it's a whole like intestine thing type of yeah.
they're like, cut these out or you're gonna have a problem.
Yeah, cut it out, man. So like my whole family, like we like everything they had to switch up. Like everything was baked, everything was like baked chips down to like my whole diet would change.
Mhm.
So, from there like
So with that, right?
Mhm.
Everybody's diet had to change
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
they're pretty much cooking to make sure that you're all right. So
Yeah.
everybody's eating pretty much what you're eating.
Yeah, and as in like the Caribbean household, like we're eating like the chicken, the like the
All right.
gravy.
So you say that. What's your background? Like your nationality?
Yeah.
What's your bloodline?
Yeah. I'm Jamaican. I was born in Jamaica. Right now I'm Jamaican American. Basically, I'm a U.S. citizen, but
We got to say that. Trump, leave us alone, please, sir.
yeah. So and my family, they were born and raised in Jamaica, and they came up here, filed for citizenship, and then
You still
brought
have
me up
family
here.
in Jamaica?
Yeah, I have a lot of family in Jamaica.
When's the last time you went to Jamaica?
I went to Jamaica in 2022 after I graduated to visit my grandmother's gravestone. So, but that was in 16 years since I've been back. Yeah. So it was a while.
Take a trip. When you settle down though, because you have a lot
Yeah.
going on right now.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, you're about to leave Broward.
Yeah, man.
So you left Broward before though.
Yeah.
You left Broward.
Yeah.
What's the first time you left Broward?
The first time I left Broward was when I went to college. And that was like the first time I've ever experienced something different. Like I went to Florida State and, all the way in Tallahassee, and it was the first time I had like a different like culture shock. But yeah, that was like first time I've ever been outside of Broward.
You graduated from Florida State?
Yeah, I graduated in 2022.
What did you major in?
I majored in criminology. I always been into like the law and order, the crime, the court setting. So I just thought it was the best thing at that time.
Yeah, cool. So your transition right now, because you came back.
Mm-hmm.
Why did you come back after school and not just go directly into the workforce and into your own autonomy?
Yeah. So
What brought you back?
Yeah. No, that's a good question. So when I graduated, was supposed to be studying for the LSAT, because my goal was to go to law school at the time, And then, I was doing a program called Teach for America, where I was teaching fourth grade math and science in Dallas, Texas. It was a great program. They moved me out there. They paid for my certification. So I was teaching for a little bit. And as I was teaching, I had a lot of time to really reflect. I was in my own space, in my own head. And then I realized that, I didn't want to go to law school. And once I realized that, I said to myself, I was like, man, what am I going to do with my life?
So what was the earliest that you remember that you knew this is what I want to do? When did you say, okay, this is what I want to do?
So are you talking about like after I realized I didn't want to go to law school?
Yes.
Or so I always said to myself, if I didn't go to law school, I would always go into the medical field, in the healthcare field in some type of way. And I said I was talking to my mom, and we were just talking, and I was figuring out like what else am I good at? And I always felt like I was good at helping people, and as a kid, I was in and out in the hospital, and I always remembered like how the nurses, the physicians, they always cared for me. They always wanted to help me, and they really changed my life. And like I said to myself, like, yeah, man, I want to go into the healthcare field. I want to do what they did for me to for someone else. And and that's why I came back to Broward to to finish up some classes and then go on into that field.
That's so awesome, man. So now I've noticed that you are transitioning again to leave Broward again.
Hmm.
Um, what's your next step in life? No, before that though,
Hmm.
do you feel like so far you're exactly where you are supposed to be, like in life? Like, do you feel like you're behind? You feel
Hmm.
like you're ahead? Do you feel like where do you feel like you're at as far as your life is concerned
Yeah,
right now?
man. Oh man, that's a good question, man. As I feel like as men, we like have a lot of expectation. We put a lot of pressure on ourselves, especially as black men too. Everybody has their own pressure, but as black men, I feel like it's a lot of pressure. And for a while, I felt like I was behind. I didn't go to law school. I wasn't that guy anymore. I felt like I wasn't that guy anymore. And, I did feel like I was behind, man. And that's where I like, I had to find something bigger than myself. And I had to tap in type of belief system, a faith system. And, whichever faith anybody believes in, but you have to, tap into something bigger than you. And, I let it play out. I said, if I'm supposed to be here, let it all come together, man. And when I tell you, like, it came together so perfect. Like, you go through life and you always like, why these bad things always happen to me? But when good things start happening to you, you're just like, this is kind of crazy. Like, why is everything falling into place? So that's where I felt like, I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be because things are falling into place.
So life is funny, right?
Yeah.
So you got to take the ups with the downs.
Yeah.
You got to take the punches with the uplifts. It's rough,
Yeah.
right? And it all depends on your mental health and how much you can sustain. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And how much you project out. Like some people get dealt some really, really, really
That.
rough blows.
Yeah,
You know
man.
what I mean? And
Yeah.
it's kind of hard to come back from them. Do you feel like you had any kind of big blow where you thought that was it? Like, I don't think I could come back from this one.
Yeah.
Like, because as like you say, as men, especially black men,
Hmm.
you put a lot of pressures on yourself. So you feel like, damn, I
Yeah.
can't help with this situation, or damn, that's out of my
Yeah.
hands, or have you had any situation where you were like, I think this is it. I
Yeah.
think I'm going the other way, man. Like, that's
Yeah,
it.
yeah, man. And I think I had that moment when I was in Texas teaching, man. That's when I realized like yeah, again, things aren't falling into place. Like I'm like, if I'm not going to go to law school, this is what I told everybody I was gonna do from like I was young. This is what everybody expect I'm supposed to do. Like, what am I gonna do with my life, man? And that was like the first time I ever felt like hopeless. And it was such a
That's
bad
crazy.
feeling,
That's
man.
so crazy that you felt like that. Because I've always looked at you with the utmost admiration.
Yeah, man.
And to know that you were going through some of these things mentally, it's really crazy because you're looking at situations. You're like, look how well this person
Yeah,
is doing. Look where this person is at. And
yeah,
at this particular moment, you're having your own internal
yeah,
battles in life.
yeah,
And we don't lean on people the way we should sometimes.
yeah,
We don't open up.
yeah,
We fight these battles internally. Sometimes they come out the wrong way.
yeah,
You have any siblings?
yeah, yeah. I have a brother. He's 22 right now. He's like we're 4 years apart.
What's your relationship like with your brother?
We were close. When I left school, we kind of that drift apart.
Yeah.
But I always have love for him. I just try to guide him in the right way. He's on his own path. But I just want him to be the best version of himself.
So he's your younger brother.
Mm-hmm.
The most sometimes I have an older brother.
Mm-hmm.
I admired my. I wanted to be everything he was. You know what I mean? I used to steal his clothes. I used to take his watch. I used to drive his car.
Yeah.
I wanted to be him.
Yeah.
Um, I think sometimes, and I only got this as I was an older man.
Mm-hmm.
We have to step back a little bit and not be so hands on, and just lead by example.
Yeah.
And hopefully, like you say, through whatever person or being that you pray to or you look
Yeah.
up to, like um, things will fall into place.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's all we want for our the people in our families
Yeah.
to be self sufficient. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Be productive, not be a leech on society.
That's a good point too. You don't want your family member to feel like they're burdened. You want them to feel like they're like, making a positive impact in some way. Um, but it's we always have that one family member, and that needs us more than the rest.
What part of Broward did you grow up in?
I grew up in like Lauderdale Lakes. I grew up.
What was your high school?
I went to Fort Lauderdale High.
Fort Lauderdale
Yeah,
High.
yeah.
And why did you go to Fort Lauderdale High growing up in Lauderdale Lakes, though?
Man, I when I was in middle school, man, I had to make a choice, man. I was pretty good academically, but I had to make a choice with like the schools that were around my area and the opportunity and resources those schools really provided. And I felt like those schools wouldn't give me that opportunity I wanted and those resources I wanted to really take myself and like my growth to the next level.
Lauderdale Lakes, y'all need to tighten up
Yeah.
because you got a lot of people going outside of the city, different parts of the county to go to school. Y'all need to tighten up in Lakes.
And
And I'm talking straight to you, BA. Stop it.
yeah, no, definitely. I did not want to go to BA. And it's there's a lot of good students that go to BA, but you got to realize, it's the environment, and sometimes you can be a product of your environment. Sometimes these environment turns the good kids into bad kids.
I'm gonna be extremely honest with you right now. Lakes got a lot of fuck shit going on.
Yeah, man.
There's nothing else. I can't even sugarcoat it. It's a lot of fuck shit.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
And it's very easy to get into it. You understand?
Yeah.
We got people over there in Cambridge Square. We got the 1900 block over there, just outside of Shallow Side on 19th and 441. It's just a lot of nonsense going on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Over there by the actually by BA.
Yeah.
31st Terrace over there, that one strip.
Yeah.
It's a whole lot.
Yeah.
I went to Boyd Anderson.
Really?
Yeah, I went to Boyd Anderson. Right.
Really?
Yes.
That's crazy, man.
And I understand what it is at Boyd Anderson.
Yeah.
None of my children went to Boyd Anderson.
Oh my gosh, man.
And I'm from Lauderdale Lakes.
Yeah.
I've been in Lauderdale Lakes for a very long time.
Yeah.
And none of my children went to Boyd Anderson.
Yeah.
Because of what the element is involved in. None of my kids went through that system.
Yeah.
All of my kids went to private school, actually.
Yeah.
All of my children went to St. Thomas Aquinas,
That's a good one. Yeah.
Cardinal Gibbons.
Also a good one.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And and even on the middle school level, Our Lady Queen of Martyrs.
Mm-hmm.
So we put them through private school because I'm in fear of what they can come in contact with at the public school in our city.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and that's a good point too. I'm kind of tied between the private school and public school type of thing, but I think public schools help build character, but private schools, I think, provides more resource. And at your young age and at your age where you're most influenced, I think you need more resources than character at that point. So they both have the pros and cons, but I think with how like today's looking and like children, I think, private schools definitely is the way to go.
So you were a teacher.
Yeah.
Um, I spent a lot of money. I spent a lot of money on school, on school grade. I'm still spending money. So there's a lot that comes with private school, and there's a lot that comes with public school.
Yeah.
I think public school is good for the reasons that you said. These kids have to interact with these children and understand what it is. Private school, a lot of these children come from affluence. They come from money. If you're going to private school, your parents have some form of money.
Yeah.
There's some form of money.
Yeah.
Whether you're getting assistance or not to send them to private school, your parents have some form of money. Listen, I love all teachers and all students.
Yeah.
But I think teachers at public schools have to deal with too much. They have to deal with too much. And these kids come with all kind of outside, like, problems.
Yeah.
That the teacher, you're not a social worker. You're a teacher.
Yeah.
You're a teacher.
Yeah.
And public school teachers have to deal with more than private school teachers.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
That's the way I feel. I don't know.
That's pretty true. Public school teachers, when we come in, we have the heart. We want to teach. We want to help others. But then you realize that it's more than just teaching your class. You also have to be, again, like a social worker. You got to be maybe their parent. You got to be their mentor. You have to do a lot. You have to pick up a lot of roles that you weren't prepared for. Now, in private schools, they have those resources. They have like the guidance counselors. They maybe have their parents involved. They have things that maybe bring the community together. So they have a lot of things that really fill some of those roles and take it off on and take that load off on those teachers. So they're able to like really focus on their work. They're really able to put more into their job. They're able to come with a better energy than some of the public school teachers. And it all ties back into like the funding, the resources that some of these schools are getting. But to be honest, I, would have taught at a private school if the opportunity would have came about. Absolutely. Just because of, the resources and like knowing what I know now. You take on more than what you think, and it can take a toll on you and yourself and how you teach the kids and how you interact with your own kids or maybe your own colleagues. Or so you have to really, take into account the pros and the cons of being a public school teacher.
You're leaving Broward County.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite spot you used to go to in Broward County? Like, do you have a spot that you used to like, damn, I'm gonna miss going here, or I'm gonna miss this food, or I'm gonna miss...
Yeah, man. I definitely will miss going to like the Caribbean spots, like the 5-Star Bakery, the Pan Fridays.
Shout out Pan Friday.
Yeah, man. Pan Fridays. What? The Barbie Fry?
Muhammad, aquí han Sophie's Patino. Don't stop.
What? I'm going to miss, like, Oswald Park. There's a Lauderdale Lakes Park. Is that what it's called? Yeah. Going there, playing basketball. The memories of interacting with those, like the kids growing up, man. So I'm going to miss those aspects. Of Broward, and I would say Broward builds character.
Absolutely.
Yeah, builds character.
Absolutely. You can't really be you can't be a pussy growing up.
Yeah, you can't, man. You can't. And it's crazy. A lot of your close friends, you probably start off by like getting into a certain situation with them in here, and that's just the culture. That's so
funny you mentioned that. All of my close friends, or people I grew up with, I had some kind of incident that made us close. Man. That's so funny.
It's so weird.
Broward.
It's so weird, but like, yeah, man. Like my close friends will remember to this day. Be like, you remember when we were about to fight?
You're right.
And like, yeah. After that, we just pretend like nothing happened.
So I'm gonna give you a quick story. One day we were being mischievous in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
So Broward and in Lauderdale Lakes in particular, they have these little like canals, so you got to always go over like little bridges and stuff. Yeah. So one day we hid behind the bridge wall, and cars that were going by, there was like wet newspaper that had rain, and we were throwing them at the cars as they went by to throw them on their windshield.
Yeah.
Cars like, what the hell?
Yeah.
We were young.
Yeah.
I got the bright idea, like, oh, it's not getting to the cars properly. I need to put something in this newspaper.
Oh, okay.
To get it to the cars properly.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because it's like flimsy. It's probably I get you.
Like, man, y'all ain't. So I get a mango.
Yeah.
It was under a mango tree. So I put the mango inside the newspaper.
Yeah.
And throw it behind the bridge, and it hits the car. Boom. Yeah. The car stops.
Oh, snap.
It's a 6'5", 380-pound football player, college football player, gets out of the car.
Man.
I've never seen a big person move so fast in my life. So the big person started chasing. It's so funny. I stayed. I hid behind the wall. Everybody ran. So he's chasing them. The one who caused the problem don't have no issue. He's chasing the hell out of their ass. So he catches one of them. He's like, where do you live? He was a college guy. And we were kids. So the kid, one of my buddies, he was nervous. So he actually told the guy where he lived. He went to his mom, and his mom come outside, and his mom's like, what the hell is going on? Like, why would you do something like this? And they never snitched.
They never snitched.
They never said it wasn't me. They never said it was him.
They just listened to the lecture.
So, come to find out, the guy, he actually lived in the neighborhood, and he was a couple doors down, and he kind of lectured us after, like, you guys, you don't understand what you could have caused, the problems. You know what I mean? And he gave us a lesson telling us, like, yo, what if I got in an accident and I died? And, you know, we were real remorseful. One kid, he got in so much trouble. I felt so bad, man. His mom gave him a hard time about it. And if it hadn't been for me putting the mango in the newspaper, he would have never had these problems. And till this day, we are close buddies. Close buddies. And even though I caused him that issue back then. So it sparked that memory when you told me some of your friends. Like,